The moment of severance, reasons for the end of friendship. Hello everyone. I am nodafatafata. Today, I would like to share my personal experiences as a recluse, focusing on the topic of severing friendships. Let's get started. 1. Struggles with relationships since childhood. Since childhood, I have faced many issues in my relationships. Whenever someone challenged me, I would throw tantrums and sometimes resort to violence. My personality, which demanded to always be in control, further deteriorated my relationships. Because of this, my friendships were short-lived, leading to frequent feelings of loneliness. I constantly harbored strong feelings of inferiority and jealousy towards others. Every time a friend achieved something good or appeared happy, I felt my own unhappiness more intensely, which manifested as tantrums and aggressive behavior. As a result, my friendships gradually fell apart. 2. Severing ties with friends and its background. Even as an adult, my relationship issues remained unresolved. Former close friends got married, had children, and lived happy lives, while I led a reclusive life, drowning in alcohol. Over the past 9 years, I achieved nothing compared to the experiences my friends accumulated. In this context, I continued to exhibit aggressive behavior towards my friends. Each time I saw happy images shared in our line group, I would lash out with jealous remarks. When friends sent photos from their overseas trips, I would say travel was a waste of money. To a friend announcing their marriage, I remarked that marriage isn't that sweet. To another friend who had a few years of work experience and was set to inherit his wealthy father's company, I said it was his parents who were impressive, not him, and that if he didn't work hard, the company would likely be in danger during his tenure. My friends endured my harsh words for a long time, laughing them off, but eventually reached their limit. One day, a friend told me, "Being with you is really exhausting. Is it wrong for me to be happy? Just because you're unhappy, do you have to impose that on others? Could you please leave the line group? I want to keep the chat data, so could you exit?" In a fit of rage, I desperately typed out some terrible words, determined to say something that would ensure we could never reconcile. However, by the time I hit send, I had already been removed from the group. My anger didn't subside, and I sent messages full of insults to a friend via personal line. Despite sending multiple messages, none were read. This was proof that I had already been blocked. Thus, a decades-long relationship that began in kindergarten came to an end. 3. 9 years of reclusive living. I began my reclusive life in 2015. For the past 9 years, I have lived a life of mostly shuttling between home and convenience stores. For 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, I drowned in alcohol, leading to a worsening health condition. My blood pressure has exceeded 180 for several years, and my fatty liver has worsened significantly. Doctors warned me that I was at high risk of cirrhosis. Death was looming. Instead of quitting drinking out of fear, I drank even more to numb myself. Alcohol has a profoundly negative impact on the mind. I rejected the outside world, avoided contact with others, and became accustomed to staying indoors. To avoid being perceived as a young man at home during weekdays, I would quietly open doors, walk on my toes, and overly consider sounds that might be heard, leading to social anxiety disorder. Spending days without talking to anyone, my mind became increasingly desolate, and I could no longer turn on the lights. I also became unable to open the curtains or get out of bed. The sound of the mail carrier's motorcycle terrified me. What if there was no one else in the house but me? Such thoughts led me deeper into darkness. I felt a sense of my true self emerge only when I was drunk, after consuming 10 cans of strong zero with 9% alcohol content. By the time I realized it, I had lost consciousness and would wake up in a pool of urine. This was my normal, and I never questioned its absurdity. 4. The conflict of inferiority and jealousy. I lost sight of my self-worth and fell into self-loathing. Why did I end up like this? Why can't I live a happy life like them? When I tried to enjoy something, my chest would tighten, and gazing at the midnight starry sky would reveal a heart that seemed ready to vanish. Only when I inflicted pain upon myself did I feel truly alive. At first, I reveled in my tragic hero persona, but my deteriorating mental state didn't wait for me. 5. The upbringing of those with inferiority complex. Many people with inferiority complexes often face excessive expectations or criticism from parents or those around them during childhood. As a result, they develop a habit of underestimating themselves and comparing themselves to others. Feeling inferior to others deepens their inferiority complex, leading them to adopt aggressive attitudes or self-defensive behaviors to hide their feelings. They might claim to have done things they haven't, reference famous people as if they themselves had done similar things, or excessively use complex words. There's always a lack of authenticity in their expression. After finishing a conversation, they repeatedly fall into self-loathing, attempting to seal off their feelings by deciding not to interact with others. 6. Life experiences of those who demean others. People who demean others often have had many negative experiences of attack or denial from others in their past. Having been hurt themselves, they project that pain onto others to find stability in their hearts. They may feel envy towards others who have succeeded and, as a reaction, demean them to maintain their mental balance. Such behaviors deepen their own inferiority complex, resulting in a vicious cycle. 7. The future of those with envy and jealousy. If individuals with envy and jealousy remain trapped in those feelings, their relationships with others are likely to worsen, leading to increased loneliness. As these feelings accumulate, their self-esteem declines, raising the likelihood of social isolation. However, if they can overcome these feelings, it is possible to achieve personal growth and build healthy relationships with others. When I see someone I admire, I give a thumbs up in my pocket, signaling my approval. If I desire a partner, even after giving a thumbs up, loneliness strikes when I walk alone in the city. That initial feeling of, I'm not worthy, must be acknowledged, recognizing that even I have good qualities and that someone will accept me. By thinking this way while walking, I can crouch down and carefully observe the small flowers blooming by the roadside, creating a pure state of mind. 8. Current state of mind and future outlook. Currently, I am gradually making efforts to reflect on myself while looking back at my past experiences. It is not easy to free myself from feelings of inferiority and jealousy, but I am trying various methods, such as reading self-help books and receiving counseling. I am also slowly facing the outside world and aiming to accept myself. Although it may be a rough remedy, wearing stylish fashion makes me feel awkward, so I practice behaving comfortably in shabby clothes as if to convey to others that this is who I am while relaxing at home. I hope that those who are currently experiencing reclusiveness or have family members who do can find some insight or empathy through my experiences. If you are struggling with reclusiveness or relationships, let's share those concerns and seek positive solutions together. Through this video, I wish to inspire people with similar struggles by exposing my past failures and sufferings. The past 9 years of reclusive living have not been easy, but I am determined to keep moving forward. I plan to continue sharing my experiences to help as many people as possible. As I mentioned in this video, I have lived with blood pressure exceeding 180 for years, but by gradually overcoming alcohol, I am now maintaining a blood pressure around 118. If happiness does not last forever, then neither does unhappiness. If you are currently in darkness, it's okay. What awaits next is light. I would like to conclude here for today. Recently, I started counseling services for those struggling with reclusiveness or difficulties in life through a service called Kokonala. This is available not only for those who are reclusive but also for their families. Feel free to reach out. If you are interested, please check the URL in the video description. Thank you for watching until the end. See you next time. Goodbye.
Loneliness in the crowd, I'm fading now. Loneliness in the crowd, no room for doubt. All these flashing lights, but none to light my way. Silent cries for help, they only push away.